J.C. Jackson, former Patriot, will make his way back to New England. That could be interpreted, if you heard it a few minutes ago, as bad news for Christian Gonzalez. Ian Rappaport confirming that just a moment ago, reporting that the trade for J.C. Jackson was necessary because Patriots cornerback Christian Gonzalez, who would have been a candidate for Defensive Rookie of the Year, is likely to miss the rest of the 2023 season with a torn labrum from a dislocated shoulder on Sunday. Sources say surgery soon.
Great.
So the team lost their two best defensive players in a game Sunday in Dallas. Matthew Judon was scheduled to have surgery today, and now Ian Rappaport reports that Christian Gonzalez will have surgery soon, which motivated Bill Belichick and the Patriots to go get J.C. Jackson, who has run into his own share of problems with the Chargers. He's been a healthy scratch in recent weeks. He's been put on the bench.
On a defense that really hasn't had a productive year. They got their issues, right? They got gouged by Miami. I want to know what the money is. So it's got to be, what, $9 million? Like, they're working on something. Are they reworking the deal? Are they going to give him a 2-year deal? Is this really about Gonzalez, or is this about Jonathan Jones, too? Like, that's what I get nervous about. Like, what if Jonathan Jones doesn't come back anytime soon? Like, he's your number one corner. If all things were right and everybody was healthy, Jonathan Jones would be a 1. Christian Gonzalez would have been a 2. You know, we sit here and look at it because it's Gonzalez. Yeah, he recently went down. And I asked you, which injury would you rather have, the bicep or the shoulder? Now the fact he's getting operated on, they're both bad.
J.C. Jackson left New England and signed a 5-year, $82.5 million contract. He's in year 2 of that deal. His base salary right now is $12 million for 2023.
Damn.
$12 million is the salary, and that was guaranteed money this year. There's no guaranteed money beyond this year. The guaranteed money in his deal, $15 million of it was between last year and this year. So what Bert Breer reports is the Patriots are working to adjust some things in Jackson's deal right now. What exactly that means, I don't know. I don't know how much that will impact the price tag they pay this year. You know, if you prorate the $12 million, we're about a quarter of the way. Call it $9 million rest of the season for J.C. Jackson. Which, if you get the J.C. Jackson you had in New England when he was here, and you get that same player, well, then it's worth it.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Then he will be worth that kind of money. I just don't know where he's at. I don't know where his head is at. I don't know what led to him being in the position he's in with his current team that he just signed a big contract with in free agency a year ago. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know if there's off-field stuff. He had the knee injury, so he had a bad injury. You know, is he a step slower?
To make his way back here a week and a half ago because there was a warrant out for his arrest.
Yeah, you got issues.
Not that would scare the Patriots away, as we know. They don't mind criminal activity off the field.
You call Rosemary.
They're not against it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said last week, J.C. Jackson, that he wasn't 100%. Torn meniscus.
Great.
Oh, great. So they went out and got a guy with a bad knee.
I mean, you could have moved Mills to corner, right? Like, you know, Jalen Mills played a little bit of corner, but that was like an emergency because they really moved him to safety.
Yeah, so this is sort of my question with this is they found this money for J.C. Jackson on, 5 minutes notice? They're ready to drop all this money on J.C. Jackson?
Well, you could do anything. Matt Groh told you that. You move some stuff around. Like, the problem for me now, like, it's, okay, you had money. Would you have gone and got a receiver?
Yeah.
Why didn't you pay for a receiver there?
My other thing is, why are you trading for a corner right now? Yeah, no, listen, I know they have no corners, but is your defense so bad? And I know they just lost their 2 key players here.
Yeah.
But which situation is more worthy of a trade right now? Corner, your defense, or your offense?
Offense.
Your offense. And again, Bill opts to trade for a defensive player and acquire and spend on a defensive player. It's an alarming trend with this guy.
Yeah. And it's, look, on offense, where would you even start? Would you start with an offensive lineman? Those guys aren't out there.
No.
You can't get an offensive lineman. You know, you're going to get a receiver. Who's going to throw to him? You know, do you trust that Mac Jones can make use of a receiver? Now, I would have wanted DeAndre Hopkins here to begin with, but, you know, whether it's a receiver or an offensive lineman, it's all predicated on the quarterback being able to do something about it. And I don't know that he can. This should have been addressed a long time ago, the offense on this team. Right now, the glaring holes are because of injuries on the defense. You need bodies. Yeah, you could have used that money to get a better offensive player in here, but you're talking about Belichick said
this
it at
isn't
the
a
end of
free
that.
agent deal. This is a trade.
Yeah.
If you can trade, you
Well,
can
yeah,
call
but-
any bad team and trade for a lineman. You can call any bad team and ask them
Who's that?
if they'll trade away a receiver.
Is even a bad team going to give up a lineman?
No,
That's what I mean. That's
not
kind
a
of
good
what-
tackle. Yeah.
If you pay for it. If you pay.
I'd go receiver.
Is any bad team going to give up a corner? Well, a team just gave up what is a bad corner.
Well, a guy's
So,
not playing and
yeah.
is injured.
Yeah.
So you went after a player that you know he has some weaknesses, right? You didn't want to pay him. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, you can get away with. J.C. Jackson might be able to come in and give a representative effort if you trade for an offensive lineman who is benched and is hurt. That solves nothing
Why is it any different at corner then?
because you're not going to get your quarterback killed by having a corner out there that is, maybe not up to playing the game at its highest level. That's what I would say.
So like honestly, you're not a contender.
They're getting him killed now.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, just say, how does this make anything better? So he's a guy who's disgruntled, not playing, warrants out for his arrest, and apparently has a bad
Are you
meniscus.
asking me if this makes the team better?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, good.
It's
So
just
we
we got
agree.
personnel.
I'm
just
not-
people. It's numbers. It's
Yeah.
you got to have 53.
I mean,
So now you got $9 million for this guy. That's what I don't understand here. So he hasn't been playing. Like Hardy said, he just said last week, I'm not 100%. He's got the knee. He's got meniscus. There's off-field stuff. You didn't want to sign the player when he hit free agency to begin with. I know he went and got his money, but now all of a sudden you're going to pay him $9 million this year. Now, I know they're working on something. They're probably going to adjust it. But how do you adjust it? Do you give him another year? You tack on a fake phony year? It's not like they have major cap issues here. No, but you're bringing in a guy that I think you could say he knows our system. It's sort of plug and play. But here they are. They're going to believe in their defense. They're going to ride their defense. The Beatles right. He bolstered the defense. He won't help you on offense with the skill guys.
I don't think he's going to bolster anything. If you're just swapping him out right now, it's a downgrade.
Not if Jones is back. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, where's Jonathan Jones in this whole picture? Like, if he's back and JC could be your number 2 corner, then maybe you have something there to work with. And then Jack Jones is going to come back. I'm just trying to look at it from a numbers perspective. It's hard. Like, he's going to come in, and there's going to be problems. I'm just telling you, on the field.
this seems a little
hasn't
desperate
played.
for Bill.
Yeah.
A little desperate. I'll tell you why. This is the coach who has always just gotten by with whatever he's thrown out there in the secondary.
Yeah, you figure it out at corner.
Like in 2011, when they went to the Super Bowl, wasn't their best year, but they went to the Super Bowl against the Giants. They had Sterling Moore and Antoine Molden out there in their secondary.
Yeah, they rotated.
Just throw guys out there.
Yeah.
Throw a bunch of nobodies out there, coach them up, and they're good.
Devin was a corner.
Now, that's not the way I would draw it up. That's not the way I like it. I much prefer when Bill has gone out and acquired Aqib Talib or signed Revis and Browner.
Yep.
Those are the things that I like that he's done. I really like those years much better than 2011, but Bill's never been afraid to go into it with guys that are practice squad level guys that he turns into NFL players. And here we are after 4 weeks, 1-3, and he thinks the situation with a rookie going down, as good as he was, he's out there trading for J.C. Jackson, a guy who's got $12 million guaranteed to his name this year.
Apparently, the Chargers are paying a majority of the $12 million.
Oh, then he
Facilitate the
fleeced
trade.
them. Then he fleeced them.
Pelissero.
Wow.
So you're going to get him for what? $4
That
million
changes
bucks?
that.
Yeah.
Bill wins the deal. Lets him sign a big
Good
contract
value.
somewhere else. Gets him back for free.
Good value. So he doesn't believe in the offense end to me. So this is like, if we're going to win games this year, we're going to win on defense. So I got to fix the damn defense.
But don't you look at it from just a numbers perspective? He's not fixing it. He's replacing players who are not going to be able to play for the rest of the year. Which, by the way,
Understand.
scares me to death. What's he going to do for Matthew? Who's he going to bring in to replace Matthew Judon? T-Bone said in my ear a few minutes ago. Chandler Jones.
I need a
Who are you going to
redirect.
get in here for Matthew Judon?
Redirect of the criticism here. We need to change what we're doing. The criticism now is, they got a cheap player. That's why they got him. There you go. Now we're getting more details. They got J.C. Jackson because he's cheap. Tom Pelisseri's his post on X reads, the Chargers are paying the majority of J.C. Jackson's $12 million guaranteed salary to facilitate the deal. They'll move on from a player who didn't fit, and the Patriots get immediate help.
Boy, they can't wait to get rid of
this
it.
system.
It's a swap of late-round picks is what the deal is. A swap late-round picks, and the Chargers pay for them. That's why. We should have thought of that to begin with. That's why Bill got him. That's why he got the guy.
Why the hell would they pay the majority of this? Just to get rid of the player.
Just to
That's
get
how
him out of
much
their
they
building.
don't want him on a defense that isn't very
What a
good.
find. You're right. No,
Jesus.
let's look into that Chandler Jones thing. He is available.
$1.69. That's like free.
Rest in peace, Christmas tree shops. Rest in peace.